All right, we are going to see if we're going live. We should be going live about right now. And are we good? Receiving content. All right. Hi, guys, and welcome to Tutorial Grid. So this is the moment kind of everybody's been waiting for the past few days now. So today we are going to be giving away the Digi Effects Damage free plugin. Now, doesn't that sound like fun? So it's not going to be given away exactly today. So this is your chance to put your name into the drawing for the free DigiFX Damage plugin. So I'm just going to wait here for a little bit and kind of talk to you about how you can enter to win while I'm waiting for people to start coming in. So this should be fun. I'm still kind of okay, hopefully this time it's working. Welcome back. We're welcoming. All right, we're starting stream. Stream health. We are in the green. We are in the green. We're waiting. I am waiting for this thing to say online, ready to go before I start this again. So this is try number 2. Stream health. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Yes, start streaming. Hello. Are you kidding me? Come on. Hello. All right, let's try this again. All right, let's do this. This is try number 3. For some reason, my program is not wanting to stream. Like, I've done this many, many times, and now it's all of a sudden not wanting to stream. Oh my gosh, we're live, finally. Sorry about that, guys. We're getting started a little late here. It's 7:06 rather than 7 o'clock. I've been having some issues with my live streamer here. But it looks like we're all good to go. So yeah, I guess I'm having some weird internet troubles, but it should looks like everything's running good and smooth. Let me smooth this over here and get this going. All right, so what are we doing today? So today we are giving away the new Digi Effects, or it's not new, but we're giving away the Digi Effects Damage plugin for After Effects and Adobe Premiere. So that's Adobe After Effects and Adobe Premiere Pro. This plugin works directly in Adobe Premiere as well as in Adobe After Effects, and it's just something that's really, really, really quite awesome. I use it sometimes, you know, I use it to make a really cool effect that comes here on like some footage, and it pretty much just makes it look like it's awful. it makes 4K footage looks like it comes from a VHS tape or an aged look, or there's a lot of different things you can do to it. So here are the things you've got to do in order to be put into the drawing of the DigiFX Damage plugin. A, you've got to comment on this video, which I see someone's already commented. Hi, Daniel. Well, hello there. Hello to you, sir. So let's go ahead and get a comment on there. Let's go ahead and like the live stream, and let's share this live stream. Let's get people here. And let's go ahead and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because, you know, I like people. I like giving stuff away for free. I like giving my knowledge away for free. I've done a lot of cool stuff. And one of the cool videos that we're going to do, or what I'm going to do probably next week, is I'm going to teach you guys how to shut down a street. So like an entire strip of road, I'm going to teach you guys how to shut that down, and having the proper procedures put in place, and kind of what you have to do that. There's many different ways, but the one that I've done is kind of the sure thing to do. So on this live stream, what we're doing is we're going to be showcasing what the Digi Effects Damage plugin does. And kind of go from there. So right now I am in After Effects CC. So if you guys don't want to see me, just tell me that you don't want to see me here, and I'll take this little box over here away. So what we've got here, we're in After Effects. I have 4 different clips up here. This is actually from a music video that I shot for a band named Biv. You can see that music video in the description below. There's a link, so make sure to check that out whenever we're done here. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to look at these 4 clips in After Effects as well in Premiere. So I have all 4 clips, the exact same thing brought up in After Effects and Premiere. This is 4K footage and 3K footage. Some of it is 24 frames a second. Some of it's 48 and 60. This is kind of what our footage looks like. We've got our lady friend who's going to come in here with this body that's on a table, and she's going to stab him in the chest. And we're going to look at the insides of this body. So I think that's going to be cool. So let's look at some of the plugins. So I think, so say if we wanted to make this look like some really old timey footage. We want to make it look maybe as if it was shot on like an 8mm camera or a 16mm camera. How would we do that? There would be a ton of things you'd have to do in After Effects to get that look right. I remember looking up plugins long time ago, and you have to do, it's like 30 minutes of work just to get a look that looks okay. So what Digi Effects has done is created this massive, amazing package that pretty much is click and drop and you're done. So these plugins are really cool. And it's right over here, Digi Effects Damage. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop this onto my footage. Blammo. All right, so let's just go ahead and check this out and see what we did here. So all of a sudden, we've got this kind of gross looking footage now, and that's exactly what it's supposed to do. So it looks like it has added some noise. It is added, we've got some lines here, and it looks like we've got some weird distortions going on. These little white specks, I guess it's dust. And that's exactly what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to make footage look like it's crappy. Hey, Daniel, thanks for sharing. Thanks for liking. And thanks for being a part of the live stream, dude. Thanks. You're in it to win it. I saw you you liked the other video the other day. Thank you for subscribing and liking. We appreciate you being here, dude. All right, so back at it. So we've got all our drop down buttons here. Let's go ahead and move these down so we can see all our different control tabs. And this is one of many different things that we can do with the plugin. You can use it on footage. You can also use it on text. You can use it on pretty much everything. So let's go ahead and get into this. So first off, we can really mess around with how this blends in. So after we create an entire look, we can see how it would look in blended in more or blended in less. So if we push that all the way up, it's going to completely take away the effect. We no longer need it. But if you turn it all the way down, you can add just these little slight subtle touches, you know, make it look a little bit faded. You can bring it all the way up, or basically all the way down to use it, blend it less, and it creates a really faded look. And this is just directly dragging the plugin down. So this look is already created for us. And it already has really good results, depending on what you're really wanting to try and go for. So let's go ahead and bring this back up to about 20 right here. That's where we start. Actually, I think it's 25, but this is going to be good, good right here. All right, so let's go ahead and play with some of these things here. So we obviously have the random seed, which is just going to kind of change it up just in case, you know, you use the plugin or you copy and paste the plugin on multiple pieces of footage. You don't want the effect to look exactly the same every single time you use it. So we've got the random seed there. De-interlace. So this is a fun little way of messing with the footage. So it doesn't really do anything because I don't have interlaced footage, but basically what that does is, so you don't have, so say if you're working with an interlaced footage, which basically that means you have 1920 by 1080i footage. Instead of 1080p footage, you have 1080i footage. So if you have 1080i footage, you can mess with these settings and it'll make it look as if it's progressive. It'll basically combine the integrated footage and combine it to make it look as if it was a progressive piece of footage. So we're not going to mess with that. It literally doesn't do anything for me because I shot this on a red and it's already awesome looking, and I don't need it. It's progressive, so I don't really need it. All right, let's see here. Hi, I do what I can. I'll stick around as long as possible, seeing Valerian at 6 p.m. my time. Love the effects so far. Awesome. Glad you're liking it. Okay, so we've got gamma response. So we've got RGB. Basically, you see that changes your color levels there. Bring that back down. This is pretty straightforward, and you can kind of mess with this. Just little subtle touches work. We've got the flicker amount, so if you want to make this look like an epileptic nightmare, we can play that back, and you can kind of mess with the lighting, and it gives an interesting touch. But I don't think we want to do too much about that. You can bring it down 4. That kind of looks cool. So we've got something like that. You've got flicker phase, which basically makes it look as if it's instead of turning on and off really quickly, it kind of lightens that out. Let's turn up that a little bit more. Kind of lightens it out. It's a lot more subtle. It's kind of more of like a pulse. Let's see here. Let's turn that up a little bit more here. It's kind of like a heartbeat in our footage here. It's pretty cool. Yeah, look at that. That's nice. That's real nice. All right, so everybody that's now here, we got 5 people watching. If you want to be entered to win the DigiFX Damage plugin, go ahead and like, share, subscribe, and comment on this video, and we will go ahead and get you in the, or I will go ahead and put you in the drawing for the DigiFX Damage plugin. So right now we're looking at the aged film look. We're just kind of going through some of the settings here and just kind of messing around, see exactly what it can do. I've used this a lot before. I've owned this plugin for over 4 years now. So I know what I'm doing, but I'm just trying to show you guys what you can do with it without actually having to go purchase it yourself, or you can go purchase it yourself and check it out. You can also download a demo of it, free demo at the DigiFX website, which is down in the link in the description. All right, so we've got a phase here. I'm not really liking the phase. I'm just going to turn that down. And erratic. Turn that down. Yeah, turn that down. Flicker frequency. Turn this down. And done. All right, we're back to the beginning. All right, then we also have the channel noise. So the channel noise, basically all the little dots here. You can change the red, blue, and green. Very similar to the gamma, but the gamma changes pretty much the entire image color, and we don't want to do that. So you can change, like say if you want it to kind of look more vintagey. A lot of vintage footage looks more orangey, so you can add some red and bring down your blues. So you can just bring down those blues, and it kind of gives it more of like an orangey tinge feel, which is pretty nice. It's going to make it look a little bit more grainy and have that just old school kind of look. You can also monochrome it out. And then you can take down all those levels. So monochrome, white, boom. We're down to the film look, and you have still have the film grain there. So film grain isn't always monochrome. So you have that option of doing that, which is really, really cool. You can also change your gradient curve levels, which is basically just going to be kind of your contrast. Bring that up and down. We also have this really, really cool thing which controls the amount of dust. So remember those little flickers and little spots that were here and there? You can change those. You can change the size. You can change all that stuff, which is amazing. You can make it look as destroyed as you want to, or as clean as you want to. Me, if I'm looking at like an old aged film kind of look, I want that sucker to be freaking destroyed. You can also change all the different colors of the dust particles. So say if I wanted red dust, you could absolutely have red dust in there, but I don't think dust really is red. But it might be more of a burnt orange or a grayish orange level to kind of match our sepia tone that we have here. So you can absolutely do that. Let's bring up that dust amount just so you can really see and over embellish that size. So you can see it's really flickering on and off. You can see it. It's very aged looking now. We've got that dust particle in there, and you have a ton of different dust elements. So we'll go ahead and turn this down. We'll focus on dust 2. We've got dust 2 here, which is a little bit more subtle. It's very there's just little things here and there. And then we got dust 3 here. And there's a little bit less. It's more of like the darker dust tones there. Turn that down, turn that down. And we got dust 4, which is virtually the same thing. It's just adding even more dust. They're more of a linear dust type of feel. All right, the next thing we've got on the aged film is we've got these vertical lines. So if you can see where it's lighter, you see these lines kind of flowing across the footage here. That's basically, it looks as if it's the scan line on an old film reel. And you can turn those up. You can turn it to 43. You can turn it way up to just really see how damaged you can make this film look. And yeah, dude, David, yeah, it's a pretty awesome plugin. If you want to be entered to win this plugin, please like, share, subscribe, and comment, which you've already commented. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I appreciate everyone checking out the live stream. All right, so we've got the vertical lines there. It's pretty good. And remember, all of this stuff, it's just click and drop. You can mess with all this stuff and get really good instant results. And this is on 4K footage. Note, I am at quarter, so it's looking at it as if it was 720p, but still it's very good. Let's go ahead and pop this up into full res. And you can see that, you know, it does take just a little bit longer to, it does take a little bit longer for my computer to, oh my gosh, render that out. But still, nonetheless, it's still fairly quick to render out. It's not bad. You can go ahead and pull this back down to quarter, but you can see that the results get very, very good. All right. And frame jitter. This is going to be the last thing we're going to check out on the aged film look. Frame jitter is basically the movement of the frame, the physical frame. So it makes it look as if that film footage is getting knocked off of the reel here. So we've got this, and let's turn this up. Probability, max amount, and we want this to be absolutely, totally stupid, improbable. So let's see what this does. Holy crap. That's creepy. That's actually really cool. Did you see that? Back that. Oh, see, it scans it as if it's got a double negative type of feel, which is really, really cool. I'm going to turn that down just so we can kind of embellish that just a little bit. And jitter. And jitter. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Let's do that right there. Cool. All right, so I think we're going to go ahead and move on to our next piece of footage here. And let's go ahead and check this out. So we've got this next piece of footage here. Basically, our pretty lady here is looking down at her phone, and she's going to get her stalker. And she's going to murder him in the back of the neck with a knife. If you haven't seen the music video, in the description is a link to that music video. I shot, directed, did all the VFX and editing. You can check that out. I didn't use the Digi Effects Damage plugin. I'm just using the footage for reference. So, but it's a pretty cool music video. So let's go ahead and get started here. Let's go ahead and drag on over the artifact plugin in Digi Effects Damage. Go ahead and pull this down to a quarter. It looks like did my camera just stall out? A little bit. My camera just stalled out. That's fun. Mine drags when rendering the worst part. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, but computers aren't, I mean, they're meant to be awesome, but sometimes they just have a tough time keeping up, which sucks, but that's just how it is. Okay, so the artifact plugin is a little bit less dense. And basically all it does is this cool little blocking. So it makes it look like as if you're kind of on a CCTV scan, which is really cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and drop these arrows down right here. I love this. You're always wanting to upgrade your footage. This is like, nope, screw you, downgrade. That's what we're going to do, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so we have the same kind of options from the aged film as with the artifact. We've got your blend. So we turn that up all the way, takes that away, and then you can just kind of bring it down for a little bit nicer look, or you can just go ahead and just blend it completely with the original. It's a little bit more subtle on this one, but it still gives that same type of result. So this is kind of what it looks like, just directly dragged and dropped. Actually, this is 25. So what that looks like, directly dragged and dropped onto the footage. This is bare minimum what it does. It's not bad. We've got some scanning issues. We've definitely, this VHS tape obviously sucks. It's obviously been recorded over like 5 or 6 times. Someone was probably stealing it off DirecTV. And you know what I'm doing. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm doing. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into our artifactings. Oh man, yeah, those VHS tapes were fun, weren't they? Okay, so again, we got the random C just like in the other plugin. Operation type, we've got burst mode, which basically just sings the signal out. Makes it a little grimy. We've got JPEG noise, which I think we are all familiar with that really crappy JPEG noise. We've got that right there. We've got blackout. That one's pretty cool. I like to use this on as overlay footage for text. Really, really cool. You put that on a Lumen mat, and it makes that text just have that extra like calculation look. It's really cool. All right, so that's blackout. We've got recolor here. This is basically going to colorize only the portions of the footage that are being used. And then we've got shifter, which is pretty cool. It's just basically shifting the image around. Kind of like it's scanning, or like that tape has just got kinked just a little bit.